What up, fellas? How's everyone doing this New Year's Day and all that good stuff? I didn't even play my music coming in on here. Hopefully that ain't too loud. I don't think it's blasting too many ears, but let's get started tonight. And I wanted to hit on 6 reasons why you cannot make $1,000 a day. And before I get started off, I want you all to put in the comments some excuses of why you cannot do $1,000 in a day pressure washing. So let me hear some excuses that you have that why you can't do it. And no, you can't put that you're too old. It could be an excuse, but those are some things that can be an excuse. So put in the comments why you cannot do $1,000 a day, and we'll get going here. And I know I'm picking on Brian a little bit, but I like Brian. He actually came to a class in Raleigh. It was almost 2 years ago now, I believe, and he's a pretty cool dude, and it was awesome to get to meet him and see him. Happy New Year's, Pressure Washing family. What's up, bud? Thanks for there. So again, in the comment, I want you to put down reasons why you cannot get to $1,000 a day. And then I will go through my stuff here and we will go over that. Do you think newspaper ads are any good? They might be. I don't know, 100%, but I've known some people that have good success and other ones not. No hustling. That's, you know what? I think that might be one of the ones that I had on here. You're not willing to work and put in the effort. I would call that hustling 100%. Don't have the go-go juice. You don't have the this is the vision is what I would put it. Or you don't have the, that really comes back to you don't have a why. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Because if you don't have a why, then you will not make $1,000 a day because you're going to be like, why? Why do I care if I make $1,000 a day? And so that's a great one there. I don't even mean to be on this one here, but hey, you know what? If you want to check out pressurewashhelp.com/dates, you can go check that out. Again, I just kind of made fun of this one. I'm too old to make $1,000 a day. I'm too old to make $1,000 a day. You're never too old to do it. KFC started when he was 66 years old, and when he started that business. And look at it today. If he would have thought, I'm just too old to start a Kentucky Fried Chicken, well, you know what? You're never too old. And that is awesome. Hey, family, didn't we just do this? I don't know. No ambition, no thumb in the tail of trying to get up and go and that. Nobody is going to pay that much. That is probably the biggest one. And that one goes under the one that I put here of, that you don't believe in yourself enough to take action. Actually, that would go under number 3. Your mindset doesn't allow you to grow. And that's a mindset issue. Nobody's going to pay that much. There's not that many people in the area that will pay that much. And so that's a great one of why people won't pay $1,000 a day. And you can make it. I guarantee, I was just talking to somebody that we had the Zoom call tonight for Pressure Wash Help. It was at 7:00, and somebody was giving his numbers on there. And this time last year, I had one of the guys that I was mentoring saying the only $99 guys are that's all you can get for down here in Florida. And he was saying his average ticket is $1,400 a day. Not average ticket, but his average day is $1,400 it was almost $1,500 per day was his average his average day. And I remember when he hit his first $1,000 day, he was ecstatic at that point of, I did $1,000 in a day. And that's a cool thing to feel. And now he's doing $1,500 every day, day after day after day, hitting $2,000, $2,500 days. And right before the end of the year, he hit it was a $3,200 day, one single residential house wash, concrete cleaning, the whole 9 yards. But it is definitely possible. And if we have that mindset that we can do it and you're worth that much, it goes so far. A lot of times I see people if you don't believe that you're worth $2,000, if you don't believe you're worth $1,000 a day, your customers aren't going to believe it. So you have to make sure that you understand that you know your worth and how much are you worth and how much are you willing to do to be able to set yourself apart from everybody else. Again, yes, no one will pay that much in my area. I didn't even know that question that you were there, Jason, and I just had to scroll when I was talking about this person right here was saying you would never get that. And look, right there he is. And it's just like, bam, here he is. His average ticket is, his average day is $1,500, right up, like $1,450, $1,500 every day that he works. And this is a guy that's doing it part-time. He's not even full-time and doing, that is what is amazing. He's doing it 3 days a week, 4 days a week sometimes, but mostly 3 days a week and hitting $1,500 days. It is possible. What up, Servant Soft Wash? Because I didn't work hard enough. That's and that comes back to the one that I didn't put down here, of you don't work on the right things because I didn't work hard enough. What do you mean by hard enough? Did I not pressure wash enough? Or did I not work hard enough to do marketing so that I could get more calls? And yes, my lead flow is going up and I work harder to get my lead flow up, but my close rate might be down a little bit, but I can get higher dollar and I can do less work and more money. And that's the importance of why we got to raise our prices. We got to raise our prices so that way we can grow a business and do half the work and get more money of doing pressure washing. And a lot of this comes back down to is, how do we answer the phone? What are we saying on the phone? Are we, first off, answering the phone? That's the number one thing that will get you business and grow your business. But if you don't answer your phone, it's kind of hard to grow a business and not answer this thing. And so it is very important that we do that. It's on their signs and their trucks. What they do. Cold feet, scared to death of why I can't do it. I might screw something up. Well, let me give you a little something here. You're probably gonna screw something up. Quit worrying about it. I never forget, I'm going back to the stories of Jason again, but he was so worried about how to pressure wash and being perfect on pressure washing and worrying to death about was he doing it right and all of the crap that people worry about. And I keep saying, don't worry about how you do the thing. Worry about how you get the business. We'll figure out how to do the thing. We got to get the business so we can figure out how to do the thing. If we just worry about how to do the thing and we never do the business, we're going to leave ourselves hanging at the end of the day. And that's not a good thing. Leaving ourselves hanging with, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it right. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to screw it up. It's going to happen. Brian Fletcher put, there's actually no reason. You're right. There is actually no reason. People don't get started early enough. I'm too old, or you know what? with that survey I sent out, most pressure washing business owners are between 35 and 55. So, I only know a few people that are older than that, but I also know people that are older than that make a lot of money if you've done it right. There's too much competition. There's just business everywhere. We're worrying about all our competition. In this one, and Jason is one that I guess I should have put this as what about Jason night, but Jason was worried. He still worries about his competition day in and day out. And don't give the competition the time of day of you putting your mind to that. Because when I'm focusing on my competition, I'm not focusing on my business. When I'm worried about their business, I'm not worried about my business. And when I worry about my business, then I can do what I need to do to grow my business and get it to where I want it to be at. Answering the phone and price got to go up. I preach that one a lot. And there's a reason why I preach it a lot, because that's what's going to make you stay in business. When people don't raise their prices, that's how you go out of business. And I don't want you to go out of business. I want you to be successful. I'll start tomorrow. I'll just keep pushing it off. It's too hard today. I'm going to start tomorrow. Perfect. House washing isn't very well known in my area. $1,000 a day is tough. Unless you're in Arizona or you're in where there is no mold, then I would agree with that. But if you're in an area that's this side of the country, I disagree with that. What up? Why you cannot make $1,000 a day? Because lazy, couch potato, no goals, motivation. You pretty much hit them all. So I taught about this in my thing that I on Marketing Monday. I put it in my little Jarvis here, and it gives me all kinds of cool ideas of why you can't make it. And so I'm going to read you some here. You're not committed to your success. You don't believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're probably not going to do $1,000 a day. That's just part of it. You're not working hard. You're not working to work for it. You're doing a lot. You're not willing to work for it. You're like, I want my phone to ring, but I'm too scared to go put out my signs. And I got 3 boxes of signs here, but I'm too scared to go put out my signs because somebody might see me putting out signs. And if somebody sees me putting out signs, then I might die, because I can't let somebody see me putting out signs. When we have that mindset, we have 3 boxes of signs sitting in our garage not making us no money. But if we have the mindset of, this is a money tree, and every money tree I put out on average brings me in 100, or let's just say if we have 100 signs and we put out 100 signs, and those 100 signs make us $10,000, makes us $5,000. That means every sign I put out is $5, or no, that's more than that. It's $50. Now, when I look at every sign that I go put out is $50. Think about how much easier it is to put these signs out when, hey, there's $50. Or you can be like, these signs are $3.50 is what that sign cost me. And I don't want to set it out there because I'm scared that it might actually make my phone ring. And if my phone rings, that means I got to answer the phone. And if I answer the phone, there might be somebody on the other side that wants some pressure washing. And I don't know if I want to do that. Think about this. Every sign I put out there is $50. $50, $50, $50. Now, when I think about it, that it cost me $3.57, or I'm scared too crapless to go out and do it, or every sign I go out there is $50, which are you more likely to do? I'm more likely to go put these babies out if I know that there's $50 on each one, right? So that's why we got to do it, and you have to do the work to get it done. Maybe I'm going to hit on some toes here. Who wants some toes hit on now? I'm going to hit on some more toes right here. How many people are afraid to go Facebook Live? What if every Facebook Live you do, it makes you $50? Are you willing to start doing Facebook Lives, or are you too scared still? Are you still scared that somebody might see you or make fun of you because you look stupid? You sound funny. I sound funny. I don't even like my own voice. I hate editing my own videos because I don't like hearing my own voice. But you know what? We got 73 people on here listening to me right now. Somebody likes to listen to me. I'm surprised I ain't got one thumb down, because I always got that one person that don't like my voice. But you know what? It's not about what you like. It's about knowing that every time you go Facebook Live, it's $50. Every time I put these yard signs out, every sign is $50. And when we start thinking about that, it makes things a lot better, and it makes it a little bit more motivating to go do it. And so those are definitely some things that you can do. Here's another reason why you think that you can't do it. You don't know what you're doing. You just don't know what you're doing. Now, some of this is true. Some of you don't know what you're doing. Some of you spend time doing the wrong things, because you might think that focusing on the equipment is going to make my business grow. I'm going to have the best equipment. I'm going to have $15,000, $20,000 worth of equipment, and you won't spend $1 on marketing. You won't go Facebook Live for marketing. You won't do what you need to do to get this thing to start ringing, because you're focusing on something that you shouldn't be focusing on. You're focusing on the pressure washing job. Man, I am the best pressure washer in Cincinnati. I can pressure wash the house better than anybody else in the area. I go around and I dry the windows with the cloth, and I'll take my toothbrush and I clean every spot of that house. And man, I am the best pressure washer. But you suck at marketing, and you can't get jobs because you don't know how to do marketing, because you're focusing on how to do the thing versus focusing on how to get the thing. You know, that's why I preach a lot of times in my 26 steps of pressure washing of how to do a house wash. Only about 5 or 6 steps are about pressure washing. The rest are all about marketing and getting more jobs and the next job. Because you know what, I love this. Somebody will screw something up and they'll say, Jason, how do I fix this? You got the before pictures? Oh no, I forgot to get those. You got the after pictures? I forgot to get those too. I was too busy worrying about pressure washing that house. So you didn't get no pictures that are going to get you more jobs. Again, think about them pictures. One picture might be worth $100,000. But if you never take that one picture, it's worth $0. Think about that. That's why in my pressure washing, I teach you all to take pictures. It ain't just to take pictures to cover your tail. Yeah, it does that. But it's to make sure we can get the next 5 jobs. You know, a lot of people go to that house wash, and they go to that house wash and they're all happy about getting that house wash, and they're excited about this house wash, and they're pressure washing, and they're just living the dream because they're pressure washing, and they do nothing you don't worry about that house that you're pressure washing. We're worried about trying to get the next 10 jobs is what I'm trying to get. And how do we get those next 10 jobs? By not sitting there, getting our jelly filled when we're just at that house wash. We're going to try to take our pictures. We're going to do a Facebook Live when we get there. We're going to take a Facebook Live after we're done. And if we're worried about making the house look good and we're worried about customer experience, then we're going to take those before pictures and send them to that customer and say, hey, Miss Jones, I just let you know we're here at the house. I've taken some pictures of your house. Here is some trouble issues. I'll take after pictures when we're done. When we get done pressure washing, I'm going to take the pictures. Hey, Miss Jones, here's the before and after. Look how great they look. Here's all the after pictures and that. Now, instead of worrying about how excited I am about pressure washing, I'm making that customer experience so special that they're going to recommend me to everybody. They're going to give me a 5-star review. They're going to come back next year and the year after that, and they're going to take all the other services I offer because I went 10 steps above of everybody else, getting all excited about the pressure washing of that house. And that's why we do that. And I went way too long on that point, but that's all right. Your equipment is just too small or too old. I only got this 4 gallon a minute. I can't do $1,000 a day. I only got this 2.5 pressure washer. I can't do $1,000 a day. In fact, I heard people on here that said, you can't do $100,000 with the 4 gallon minute pressure washer. You can't do $100,000 with only a 4 gallon minute pressure washer. It just can't be done. There ain't no way you can do $100,000 with a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. And I loved H2O when he came on here and he said, I did $150,000 with the 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. Because we get in these mindsets that you can't do this because you got this and this and this, and this YouTuber said this, and this Facebook person said this, and we listen to all these other voices that we don't need to be listening to a lot of times. Because we get into our head that we have to have this or that to make that happen. You're using the wrong chemicals and tools at the hand at job. You know, I've seen people pressure wash houses, and literally, I'm not talking about soft washing. I'm talking about literally pressure washing houses with no chemicals, and it takes them all day, and they make $500. Usually they're painters or they're landscapers are usually what they are. And you know, if at that point, you're right. You're debt. Your prices are too low, which means you will never get enough customers to make $1,000 a day. And that comes back to, if your prices are too low and you're not doing packages, you will not get $1,000 a day. You know, this is why I preach packages. House wash package. If you're going to do a house wash and you go, Miss Jones, I need a house wash. And you're like, okay, that house wash is $199. Okay, that sounds good. Come on, when can you do it? Versus, hey, ma'am, you know, we offer 3 different packages. Package 1 is the house wash. That's $299. Package 2, we can offer and do your window cleaning for you. That's another, that would be $499. And we can even give you the all experience package, which is the house wash, the windows cleaned, and your driveway cleaned and sidewalks. And that package is $900. Which one would you like to do today? What? You mean I just went from selling a $200 house wash to a $1,000, $900 house driveway cleaning, window cleaning, and I'm there for 3 hours and I just made $900? But one house and do $900? Mind blowing. Yes, you can. It happens all the time. That's how you get to those $1,000 days. That's how you get to the $2,000 days. That's how you get to the $3,000 days. You can do that. It's just not in the cards. The cards are not there. Well, what card game you playing at $1,000 pressure washing ain't in the cards? Throw that deck away and get rid of those. Get a new deck. Get a new deck of cards. And that back up here. Get a new mindset. Change that mindset. Get out of that poor mentality mindset. Poor mentality mindset's the worst thing you can ever be. You know, I would never pay that. Well, you're daggone right. You wouldn't pay that because you ain't got the money to pay it. You also don't live in a $500,000 house or $1 million house. And you also don't drive $200,000 vehicles. And you also don't send your kids to private school that costs $20,000 a year. And you also don't go eat at the Jeff Ruby Steakhouse, because that's not you. I would never pay that. You're right. You wouldn't, but your customer would, because they do like Jeff Ruby's. They don't drive. They could be driving a Kia, but they don't. They drive the Mercedes-Benz or the BMW or the Tahoe or the Tahoe would be even the low end, the Escalade. You're right. You're not them. And you might drive an Escalade that's 20 years old, but that don't put you in the same shoes of what your customers are. So don't think about you are not your customer. And I know I got in an argument with this one with somebody in the pressure washing group. I don't believe when you say that's true. And this is a pretty well-known person that said that. And I'm like, you are not your customer. And he's like, I do pay for things. I said, so you would pay $1,000 pressure wash out? No. Okay. You're not your customer. You just mentioned you are not your customer. You know, that's what I'm saying. You're not your customer. You know, my customer ain't changing oil on his vehicle to save $40. My customer is taking the oil. My customer is not shopping at Walmart. They're shopping at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and any place that's high dollar that has organic stuff and all of that kind of things. That's my customer. So when I hear people say, oh, that's not my customer, that's blah, 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 that's all I'm hearing is blah, 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 blah. You got to remember who is your customer and go for that customer. Find out who your customer is. And I'll throw in a couple more because, like I said, I hit this on Jarvis and I got a boatload. I'll show you. I think I can show you without. Let's see here. Scroll out here a little bit. Scroll out. Scroll back in over here. So you're committed to your success. You don't have a plan to make $1,000 a day. You're too busy doing other things and not focusing on what you need to do, which I already hit on that one. You're not willing to work 16 hours a day. I don't want you to work 16 hours a day. You can do it without working 16 hours a day. You don't know what you're doing. Go check out pressurewashhelp.com/dates. You don't have the right team. Your skill set is too narrow and won't allow you to make $1,000 a day. Again, this is Jarvis giving me all kinds of reasons why you can't make $1,000 a day. I might be telling my secrets here, but I do come up with most of my own content, but it just helps me get mental block. Hello, Miss Pink. I'll be down in Florida before next week. I'll be down there on Wednesday next week. Mr. George in the house. My first job for the first year of the new year. That's awesome. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I need help with ideas on posts for Facebook and how to draw people in. Well, I'm going to tell you a secret here. Want a secret? I just told you my secret. Go to pressurewashhelp.com/Jarvis. I'll put it even in here. pressurewashhelp.com/Jarvis. And I'll give you everybody another one. So I went over this in my pressure washing group. I actually went over how to get content for you yourself. If you want to go check that out, pressurewashhelp.com/. If you go to King of Pressure Wash and put in Happy New Year, it'll give you 2 months free, and then you'll get tomorrow. Let me make sure that was right. Happy New Year. It'll give you 2 months free at Pressure Wash. If you go to kingofpressurewash.com and you put in Happy New Year's, it will give you 2 months free, and it'll also give you the replays where I talked about how to get content. And I thought in Jarvis is how you do it. Another resource you can do is Answer the Public. Go to Answer the Public, and that gives you questions. Jason, are you going to be in Nashville this year? I can't wait to go. I will be in Nashville this year. I'm pretty sure. I will either have a booth there or I'm hoping to speak there, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to speak there and have a booth there. 4-gallon is the best size for residential. I wouldn't say it's the best size for residential. It's the best size to get started. And if you're going to spend that kind of money on a 4-gallon, you can about get a 5.5 gallon, and it does take off quite a bit of time, the 5.5 gallon. My optimal one, I would say, is an 8 gallon a minute, but you're also looking at $4,000 for it. So, there is some side off on it. If you don't want to do packages, just make sure you put everything on the estimate and tell them your price is competitive. That's a good point. But a lot of times, that dude, they don't put nothing on there. They called for the house wash, and that's what I gave them was a house wash. Okay, you just lost a lot of money. And if you don't have a thing for packages is what you got to do to get more money. This is how you get to your $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 days is by packages. And you get your average ticket up. When you get your average ticket up, that's what it's all about, is getting that average ticket up every day. So we can do more money, more business, everything along those lines. Any opinions on the resin filter for a water-fed pole? I just use the DI tank is all I use. You can get an RI, or I believe it is called an RI, but you're looking about $3-4 grand for them, $2,000-$3,000 for that stuff. Pressure coach of the year. I don't know who that would be. 5.5 is the best all-around pressure washer. The same for the 12 volt. After that is on you. Hose management, time management, speed comes last. Yeah, I would agree with that. The 5.5, especially for the 12 volt, just because they had a bunch of issues with the 7 one. Hose management and time management is huge. A lot of people don't realize. I'm getting ready to do a Christmas light advanced class, and this year I've talked to several successful people that did Christmas lights, and what a lot of times I find out is it goes back to little steps. Little things can make big difference in time. A lot of times we might do an extra step that takes 2 minutes, but that 2 minutes adds up every time, every job. Now we've wasted, if we do 6 jobs a day, that's 12 minutes from just that one little task that we could have done it. Band. H2O improvement. I was just talking about you. I'm going to do $300,000 this year, and I'm going to buy my wife a 2022 Yukon. That is definitely, I believe you 100% can do that, and I know you will do the hard work to get there, and that is awesome and amazing. And this is the guy I was talking about. I don't know if he was on here when he put this video or when he put the comment on here, that did $150,000 or $140,000 with a 4 gallon a minute, when somebody was like, you can't make $100,000 on a 4 gallon a minute. And Hunter said, oh yes, hold my beer. Yes, I can. He don't even drink beer, I don't think. Should I start with an LLC when first starting? I would recommend it to, especially if you have assets. That way, if something happens, you don't get sued and lose your assets. We're shooting for $200,000 this year. You should be shooting for $250,000. Shoot higher than what you already did this year. I'm definitely not my customer. Oh, that's Mr. Thomas Harris. Thomas Harris is amazing dude. I haven't talked much. I need to get you on. You probably won't come on because you're too shy for this. But Thomas Harris came to one of my pressure washing class. Actually, it was at my aunt's house, who died a couple months ago. Thomas Harris came to my class that was about 2 years ago, and he worked for a company up in Ohio that made like paint rollers and stuff, if I remember right. And he was working third shift, and he just started it to be a side business, and he actually has went full-time pressure washing. He's actually got a pretty sweet truck that he pulls his pressure washer in or around with, and he has been doing very well for himself. So Thomas Harris is, like I say, he is up in Ohio and has done very well for himself, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. Efficiency over time equals speed, 100%. A lot of times, we might do some things 5 times and we only need to do it 2 times because we wasn't efficient. $1,500 day back before dinner is started. And that's the thing, guys. When we're talking about doing $1,000, $1,500 days, I'm not talking to working 12, 14-hour days. A lot of people that I know that are doing $1,000, $1,500 days, you're back by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so it's definitely very, very possible, very possible. Late, but here. Hey, everyone, how you doing? What up, Big Doug? Starting off with a $900 house wash this week. Well, that's awesome, Jack. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's a clapping right there. I don't have to turn it up a little bit. That's awesome, awesome. Have done a total of 8 jobs since I started. Average ticket of 727. Biggest day so far was $2,000. That's a big high five clapping right there. Also, that's amazing, amazing, amazing. Definitely cool. Definitely possible. If you get out there and do it and ask for it, it can come. How's it going, Commander? Looks like crazy weather headed your way. Yeah, anybody up in New York and that way, it looks like there's some snow about to hit you all, a bunch of it. Is the 8-gallon 8 GPM on the 390 good? It does all right. Jason Hefner, who we was talking about doing his goal was $200,000 next year. He's had one for about a year and a half now and hasn't had no issues out of it. So that's actually, I think he had to change the belts one time, but you might have to do that on any of them. I like estimates through Marquette. They allow you to send multiple estimates and let them pick which one they want. Rebuilding the rig this year, starting soon. That's always fun. I always rebuild every year, seem like. Man, I'm really focusing on my hose management this year. It's my kryptonite, but I'm much better at it now. Your hose management will save you a lot of time at the end of the day. A lot of time. I'm going to start posting my jobs every day like Greg. Not sure who told him to do that. That would be this guy. Greg has been killing it on Facebook because he does that. He's actually just started posting. I've been preaching on him about LinkedIn, and I've seen he's actually been posting on LinkedIn too. So that is definitely something that has helped him grow. He hasn't spent a whole lot in marketing. He didn't put out a lot of signs. And he's grown it from Facebook and word of mouth. Now he does have where he's at the school and teaching the kids and doing all that. I'm sure helps that out some, but the more you do it, the more you will grow. Show your appreciation for Jason and hit the thumbs up. Upgrading to either the GX690 or the 630, waiting to see what I come across while rebuilding. Yeah. Thank you, Jason. That was Thomas. Like I say, that was the dude that he came to my in-person class. If you all want to come to my in-person class, you can go to pressurewashhelp.com/dates. And Bobby Walker and I will be giving a class in Orlando. And then I do have my classes up for March, which will be pressure washing a 101. The advanced, I will also be helping with the landscape lighting in the advanced Christmas light class. It's not, I've got the button there, but it don't go nowhere because that landing page is not done, and it should be done by the end of this week. We're hoping. Where are you going to be going in Florida? What are you doing down here? I'm going to be in the Orlando area this week. I got my family is going, actually my oldest daughter is going to be playing soccer at a tournament down in Orlando, or right outside of Orlando. Thoughts on a truck color? How much does it matter? It doesn't. Let's see everyone's truck color. It doesn't matter. The white ones are usually cheaper because they're work trucks, and if you get them wrapped, it don't matter what color they are, but it doesn't matter. Hose management is the one thing that I see that is probably the biggest thing that people struggle with, and they don't even know that they struggle with it. And hose management can take you an extra hour per job if you don't know what you're doing with hose management. And I'm not even joking about that. I appreciate your advice. I got a few good points. Well, I'll give you some more points if you keep listening. Um, I got a $10,000 bid. I'm waiting on for the meeting with the owner. I had to wait due to holidays. Well, that's always stinks. How important is a website ranking high in SEO? How much time do we have for that question? So if you have a website and you only have a website and you don't do nothing with the website's as useless as tits on a bull. A website takes your Google My Business, your Google profile, can help a lot of your ranking there. And getting into maps is probably the biggest thing. That's the most important thing you can do. And that is mostly through Google profile. You can do blogging, you can do a lot of this other stuff. And yes, it's going to help you, but in the end, what's going to help you more than anything is your Google profile. Your Google profile is the most important thing you can work on. Your Google, for instance, I'm going to give you, for instance, of Donovan, who I will be having on more coming out. Donovan has paid a dude $800 a month to run his ads, and probably spent $3,000 to $4,000 a month in AdWords for Christmas lights this year. And he posted photos, and he posted almost every day, 2-3 times a day, of posting photos and posting comments and posts on Google My Business. And his Google ads barely broke even. That means he made as much money as he paid for the ads. That's about all he made. Where his Google My Business was bringing in all his business. And so last year he did $250 in Christmas lights, and this year he did $500,000. He did actually I lied. He did $500,000 this year, last year, and he did $500,000 this year. He wanted to do $1 million, but he didn't have the employees. And so that is why that Google My Business is so freaking important. Offer value to your customers, so much money out there. And I've been reading a book that it's called Never Lose a Customer Again. It's a great book. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. And a lot of people, we pay a lot of money to get new customers, and we don't pay no money to keep customers. And so this book talks about what we need to spend to keep customers. I'm on chapter 4 right now. I'll be done after this big long trip because we're actually driving to Florida with the family. And so that's something what it is. Back to your question, the website ranking and SEO, there's a lot of snake oil out there is what I'm going to say. A lot of people will promise you the world and you will give you nothing. And they're going to say things like, it takes 6 to 8 months to show up, or we can rank you for your business name. Well, who can't rank you for your flipping business name? That's easy. Unless your business name is Pressure Wash Cincinnati. Now I want you to rank me for that. But if you can't rank me for that, then it's snake oil. Was Text and DJ definitely need to raise prices? Yeah, dude, you're in a pretty decent area. You definitely need to raise your prices. Have any thoughts on if stenciling business information into dirty public infrastructures like some vertical concrete is a good idea? No, that is not a good idea. It is vandalism, yes. How is removing dirt vandalism? Because I agree with you, but I don't agree with you. It's not. Rob Anderson, if you've seen his video where he put his information underneath that bridge, this was a video he posted a while ago. It's been probably 2 or 3 years ago. And that he had to go take the name down. Finally got my Google My Business. That's awesome because that can be a pain in the butt to get going. And building my enclosed rig. Good. Don't just get your Google My Business. Start posting pictures. And you can post pictures of your rig while you're building it. You can post all kinds of pictures. Post you. I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't post is themselves because they're afraid to look at themselves and they think they look scary. Well, if you're not afraid to post, if you're afraid to post yourself and you look scary to yourself, well, what do you look like? What do you think your customer thinks that you look like at that point? So make sure that you're posting yourself, Pictures of yourself, pictures of your crew. That's more important than the before and afters. So make sure you're posting that stuff. How can I get in touch with you for a personal call? I don't do many of those. I actually have I don't know if I can find it because I haven't been there in a while. I have I do have a Zoom call thing. I'm thinking about I'm thinking about doing something different here in the future. I haven't decided 100%. But I was going to do if you're in my membership, I'm going to do like one day a week that I'll do like 15, 20-minute intervals of that where people can do that. Otherwise, this is what I have right now. I will post a link up here as soon as I can get it up here to it more. I don't know where the link is. Preview. I think if I do that, it'll go copy. I'll post a link here to how you can do a Zoom call with me if you want to do a Zoom call. And I'll talk about anything you want to talk about. We'll talk about AdWords. We'll talk about Google My Business, everything. Anything you want to talk about. And I'll even talk longer than an hour a lot of times. The reason why I don't do phone calls, and this ain't, who was it? Somebody was telling me the other day, he's like, you're the smartest thing ever by not doing phone calls to people, because a lot of people were calling and bugging him. He's like, I don't get no work done. They just want a 5-minute question, and 30 minutes later, I'm getting off the phone. So that's why I don't give my phone number out. How can I make $1,000 a day if I don't like working? Raise your prices really high. Raise them really high. Building a website, hopping on Google, Facebook, Instagram algorithm for pre-launch, marketing campaign for launching in spring of New Jersey. Thank you, Jason. I've been down the wormhole for months, and you've taught me so much. Awesome. If you are, definitely keep making sure you're posting on Google, doing all the stuff. I know it's too cold for you to work right now, but make sure that you keep posting. Make sure that you keep doing your Facebook stuff. I've actually, like, where I've taught how to, I did a lesson in my course of how to schedule everything out. And so, like, I've got all my stuff scheduled out for the whole month. I'm a whole 30 days out right now. And I've scheduled every day, Monday through Sunday. Every day I'm scheduling something. Reading Clockwork. Yep, great book for people needing systems. Very good book. I'm still looking for a vertical 55-gallon tank without outrageous. Well, you're not going to get that anywhere. Thanks for the input, Jason. Recommend some things. Yeah, that's the stupidest thing that's the stupidest thing, that you will pay just as much in shipping as you will for the tank. And that's any tank. And that's why I say, if you can, try to go local. Because if you pay $200, $300 for the tank, you'll pay $200-$300 for shipping air. And that's basically all you're doing is shipping air. But shipping is stupid. That's nobody gouging you. That's just FedEx and UPS screwing you. And they're all that way. And it's been that way for years. So that's why I always went with the tanks from, like, Tractor Supply or, Tractor Supply, or where else did I get tanks? Oh, there's a little farm store. If you can find a farm store or like a farm store or a store that does irrigation and stuff like that, a lot of times they'll have a lot of your tanks that you won't have to pay the shipping, and you can get local. How's the Pump Tech holding up? That's one way to keep a customer is to offer the agreement for a yearly residential service and a package deal, and a monthly agreement with some businesses for account package deals. Yep. Why does nobody use shock treatment crystals for SH? Because it will leave a white residue on the house. or the roof, and that's why they don't use that. What part of New Jersey? Thomas Harrison, I was watching your video about landscape lighting. Do you think adding that would be good? I mean, it definitely be. I don't know your area well enough. I'm sure there's plenty of rich people that would pay it. There's definitely a lot of money in it. The landscape lighting is kind of like the Christmas lighting. Very high-end clients, and they pay a lot of stupid money for it. And we like people that want to give us a lot of stupid money. We finally got our Google profile. That's awesome. Listed without it being suspended. We're working on getting reviews. We are motivated to do double or triple or first year numbers. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Big Rob, I'm in North Jersey. Are you in Jersey? Yeah, he's in South Jersey. Everybody's in Jersey. Just formed an LLC in Southern California about the pressure wash 8 gallon a minute with heat and reclaim going all in to the moon or bust. Yeah, because your pressure washing out there is a little bit different than us across the country, but there is money to be made out there. I know Eric Tower, he's doing about 300. Mark, another guy that I mentored, he's going to probably be 300 to $500,000 in pressure washing and Christmas lights, and there's a ton of money out there to be made. That's, yeah, if you got a place for a Northern Tool, we don't have a Northern Tool that's close to us. Go on Facebook Marketplace for 55 gallon drums. They're about $40. That's another option you can do. Aiming to start a pressure washing business side hustle now in 2022. We have enough money for a 4 gallon a minute. What brand do you recommend? A DeWalt or Simpson? Which surface cleaner is best, 16 or 20? If you're only getting a 4 gallon a minute, you want a 16-inch surface cleaner. That DeWalt is okay. I wouldn't recommend either one of those. I would try to save up and get the 5.5. It's about $1,500, $1,600 if it hasn't went up. It may have went up a little bit, but that would be a better option in the long run, William, just looking down the road. And even then, you're still probably going to be you might do a 20-inch surface cleaner. The problem is you go too big with the surface cleaner for your machine, you go really slow. So you're going to be walking really, really slow for that. Yeah, 4 gallon a minute is 4 gallon, 4 inches per gallon, which would be 16 gallon a minute. Shoot, that went quick. That hour was like poof. We're at an hour already. 52 minutes, 53 minutes. So, being that we're in 2022, please post a link. Oh, I didn't. I don't think I sent it. Did that go? Yeah, there. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I sent it, Isaac. It just didn't go. Being 2022 in the start of the year, there's a lot of money to be made this year. Where can I get signs? Get cheapest yard signs? Go to pressurewashhelp.com, or I'm sorry, go to moneybushes.com is a good place to get it. I do get an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything else, but it's one way to help support me if you want. And it's about the cheapest you're going to find signs. Jason, Tank Depot in Pompano Beach in Florida have great prices and all kinds of tanks available. If you're close to there, that's a good place to go. Jason, I want to thank you again. I will try to get on your live soon, and God bless your family. So what I want to hit on is 2022 is going to be a great year for you to go out there and make money. But I know we hit all the excuses, and I kind of did that to be kind of funny, but I'm not being funny, because a lot of times we get to the point that we just have excuse over excuse over excuse over excuse. And that can be the biggest thing that can keep you from growing a business. You know, I can give you 50 excuses why I can't grow a business. And a lot of the things that I see of what makes people successful is you have to take action. Because if you don't take action, you're not going to get nothing done. I can wish all I want. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. But wishing ain't going to get it done. We got to take action. And is it going to be scary to take action? Yeah. When I was making fun about these signs and putting these signs up, I was talking to my buddy that's watching. I guarantee he will watch it. Either he's already watching or he will watch it. I was talking about my buddy DJ. He is scared to death to go put these signs out during the daytime. He is afraid somebody going to see him putting out signs during the daytime. And he's not the only one afraid to go put out these signs during the daytime because he might get seen. Because I've seen other people post the same damn thing that they're scared to death to go put these signs out in the daytime because they might go get seen. But when you start thinking that this is $50, if I go put this sign out, if I keep this sign in my house, I got a whole pile of $50 signs in my pocket right here at my house. That ain't gonna mean no good because it ain't $50. It's $350 worth of yard signs. That's all I have. But if I put them 100 signs out and they're worth for $50, that's $5,000. I made $5,000 off these signs because I put them out because I wasn't scared to go do it. Now, are you going to feel awkward? Are you going to feel funny of going out there and doing it? Yeah, you are. Put them signs up. They work. See, look, Texas, put them signs up. They work. Jason did almost $100,000 off of yard signs. Go put yard signs up. I was talking to DJ yesterday. He came over and helped me clean up my garage. I put up some new shelving, and I had to drive up to Ohio and pick up some more shelving so I could get the crap off my floor. And he was saying that his dad's answering the phone now, and his dad can tell when he's putting signs out and almost can tell exactly where he's putting signs out because the phone will start ringing where he's putting signs out. So go do it, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put signs out. Don't be afraid to go Facebook Live. Don't be afraid. And don't think that there's some new thing that's coming out that's going to get you business. Basically, everything that I teach is going to get you business. There ain't nothing new that's coming out that's going to get you business. There ain't nothing new that you're going to do that's going to grow your business that I haven't taught you. You can spin it any which way you want. You can make it look pretty. You can put different names on it. You can say something else. It ain't going to grow your business. I guarantee it ain't going to grow your business. There ain't no miracle drug out there that you're going to go spend and give somebody $100 and now all of a sudden it's just going to be magical. Magical. It takes hard work. It takes hard work to grow a business. And it takes you to be consistent. You got to do it over and over and over and over and over. And you got to be persistent. You got to do it no matter what happened. And you got to be relentless. You got to knock anybody over to do it to make sure you're being consistent. I do these Facebook Lives every Thursday, every Sunday, and I am consistent, I am prolific, and I am relentless. And if you don't think so, go back for the last 2 years and see how many lives I missed on here. I bet it's less than 5 lives that I've missed on my Facebook Live on Thursday Night Lives. And I can only think of maybe 2 Sunday Night Lives that I haven't done. And you talk about being consistent, and you think that there's times that I don't want to do it. There is times I don't want to come on here. But you know what? My goal is to help you grow your business. My goal is to help people like this right here to was a forklift driver, and now he's done almost $200,000 this year. This year, he was a forklift driver in the beginning, started a pressure washing business in year 2021, and ended up doing almost $200,000. That is what I call taking action and making it happen. You know what? It wouldn't have happened if he would have just sat on the couch and say, as he's driving his forklift around, one day I want to start my own pressure washing business and grow it to $200,000 in a year. Or Jeremy up in Michigan was a garbage man for 17 years. Garbage man, 17 years. And did $400,000 in pressure washing and Christmas lights in the year 2021. Do you think him driving around that garbage truck of one day I'm going to be a pressure washer and make a lot of money? He told me he never dreamt that he would be able to do that. He made more in 1 month than he made all year as a garbage man. It took action. I remember he came to my in-person training, and when he came to my in-person training, I told him, I'm like, you're going to do about $30,000 to $40,000 in Christmas lights your first year. And you know what he said? You're crazy. You're crazy. He ended up doing $38,000, and this year he ended up doing $200,000 in Christmas lights. I'm the crazy one. I'm not crazy. I believed in you, and if you're willing to do it, it'll happen. It's just a matter of you got to take action. You got to take action. You got to know what you're worth. Don't think that a lot of times we sit there and we think, you know, for instance, the garbage man, he made $60,000 a year. He was making $30 an hour. That's what he actually wasn't making that because he was working quite a bit of overtime. He was probably making 20, 25 bucks an hour. And, you know, when I said you're going to make $30,000 in 1 month for Christmas lights, that was half of what he made all year that he did in Christmas lights. Mindset, people. Mindset. You can do it. You can do it. There's plenty of people out there that will tell you you can't do it. And what I'm going to tell you is get away from those people. And the sad thing about this is most of those people that say you can't do it are your family. And that's the sad part of it. They're the ones that is that voice in the back of your head that you heard when you were young of you're dumb, you're stupid. You'll never, that teacher that said you will be the dumbest, you will never grow up to be anything. Get them out of your head. That's the worst thing that you can do for you. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. So what I want to say there is there's plenty of money to be made in pressure washing business. And if you want time freedom and you want financial freedom and you want to have time with your family, take some time and go work some pressure washing business and you can get there. I promise you. I see it, a bunch of these people on this live that has had set them free from time by doing what they need to do. And like I say, the hardest people that I have to teach are the people that don't make no money, that came from a $15, $20 an hour job. But you know what? Those are the people that grow their business and be successful if you listen and do what you need to do. You know, the person I'm talking about that was the $30 an hour or $25 an hour, the garbage man, Jeremy, he would have never believed that he could be worth $400,000. Never in a million years. But he is, and he's doing it, and he's going to do $750 this year is his goal for 2022 because I said set your goal high and make it happen. And guess what? He will grow. Don't listen to the dream killers. That's truth right there, man. Truth. Yep, I got all my Profit First accounts set up. Kind of excited to start implementing. Who should I be following on LinkedIn? Well, you can follow me. There's a couple people. You should be following property managers, facility managers, owners of companies, all of that kind of stuff. I do give this guy out. Only reason why I'm giving you this next guy out is do what he does. Follow what he does and do what he does. You know, don't reinvent the wheel. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's already there. A lot of times this is all everybody in pressure washing business. We all try to reinvent the wheel. We want to figure out how to do it better. And don't reinvent the wheel. That's the worst thing you can do. Follow. I'm going to give you somebody to follow. that you can follow, and he's very successful. Last year he did 750,000, and probably 400,000 was from LinkedIn. And his name is Benjamin Gregory. Now, you might not be able to like him as a friend, but you should be able to follow him and see what he does. Go see what he does. He posts 3 to 4 times a week, and he goes comments on other people's pages. That's what you need to do too with it, and you will get there just like him. All right, guys. Hope y'all have a great night. Again, go check out pressurewashhelp.com/dates. That's where Bobby Walker and I will be teaching a class in Orlando in March. In February, it's like the 13th, whatever that Saturday and Sunday is of the 13th. One day will be hands-on pressure washing. You actually get to pressure wash. So the way that day goes is I bring you breakfast. You come and you will learn how to do the hands-on portion of the pressure washing. I do it all by PowerPoint, and then we go outside, and then I show you, and then you get to do the pressure washing. So you get to use the pressure washer, you get to use chemicals, you get to use the soap, you get to use the 12 volt, you get to use the surface cleaner. And then day 2, I come in and we talk I'll talk about 3-4 hours of marketing and how to start and grow a business. And then the next 3 or 4 hours or 5 will be Bobby Walker, and he will teach you how to answer the phone with a good phone script, how to hire employees, all of those awesome things that go along with running a business. He's another one that will open his business up and show you numbers and all of that kind of stuff. He's not one to say, I don't talk about my numbers. You will never hear me talk about my numbers. Well, you know what? If you say that, your numbers are crap at the end of the day. If you're not willing to open your books up, when you come to my Raleigh class, Donovan will open his books and show you the $1 million that he made out of Jobber. So if you're not willing to show me your books, you're a con artist is what you are at the end of the day. So I don't like those people that, I don't want to show my numbers. Well, that means you're full of crap at the end of the day. But check that out, pressurewashhelp.com. Again, if you go to kingofpressurewash.com and put in the discount code Happy New Year, you'll get 60 days free in the membership. That'll give you 8 Marketing Mondays. Tomorrow night is Marketing Monday at 9:00. That one, this whole month of January and maybe some of February, depends on how far I get along, will be all about Google Profile. I really do believe Google Profile, Google My Business, is one of the best things that will grow your business more than anything else. Getting those 5-star reviews, doing all the things that you need to do to grow a business. And so that is definitely something that you can do and grow your business. Hope y'all have a great night, and I will show. I live showing my numbers. Is that a bad thing? I love showing my numbers. Is that a bad thing? That means you're being honest and you're being true with yourself and everybody else, and you're not trying to puff me up to show. You're not trying to puff yourself up to look at me, and then you don't have nothing to back it. So that's awesome. Have a great night, and we'll see you all later.